What's up YouTube? I'm back today with Shane, who came 5th at Cardiff Regionals yesterday out of 150 players.
There's about 130, 140, so eight rounds.
What were your matchups, mate?
So round 1 was Infernoble, which I lost. Round 2 was the mirror match, which I drew. Round 3 was Sprite Runic, which I won. Round 4 was Chained, which I won. Round 5 Dragon Link, which I won. Round 6 Labyrinth, which I won. Round 7 with Purdy, which I won, and round 8, which was Lab Runic, which I won. So I went undefeated on the last 6 rounds, so it was quite stressful.
Okay, do you want to get into the profile?
Yep, cool. So I'll do the main deck first. Cool. So I played D-Bell Star Risk Race. So standard ratios and that now with the new stuff. So I played 3 yard after, literally best normal summon in the deck, 2 Hydrant. Now with the D-Bell Star stuff and that, it's a lot more consistent to see the Hydrant, so you only want to play 2. You could get away with playing 3 and that, but it's kind of bricky, but you need the multiples and that just to help to play through stuff. And then you play 2 Hydrant and 2 Preventer. This is still standard. These are just really good and that to help push into boards and that, and obviously obviously Turbulence and that is to resolve your set 4, and then Preventer and that is quick effect and that and helping you float. I only played 1 Impulse. Usually not very standard. Usually you see 3 Impulse and a Fire Engine or a Fire Attacker. I chose to go for 1 Impulse because it was mostly using that before just to help with the consistency. Now with the D-Bell Star engine and that, the consistency is a lot better, so I wanted to trade this and that for more non-engine slots, because the D-Bell Star makes it so the deck becomes a lot tighter whilst keeping it at 40. So that's the monsters on the Risk Race side. And then standard we played 3 Emergency. It's literally one of the best cards in the deck and that it does so much and that helps you dodge things like Fair Imperm. It allows you to play into boards better. It allows you, obviously it's specials and that from the deck and that is just really good. And then the graveyard effect and that came up a lot as well, so I've been using the D-Bell Star and that to discard one of the traps if they are in hand. And then use Emergency and that's graveyard effect, banish it to then set one of this, and then use this and that as a form of removal or negation and that during the opponent's turn whilst playing into boards. HQ for the additional normal and the grind, just to shuffle your stuff back and that. The deck sets up a very strong board going first, but it's not like a big wombo combo deck and that of 19 interrupts. You place enough interrupts and that it comes back to you and that where you have a huge amount of recursion and that, so you can then kill on the crackback. And HQ enables this a lot easier and that by shuffling all your stuff back. And then we played 1 Rescue, 1 Alert, 1 Contain, 1 Extinguish. Very standard. They're very good. They don't do anything really by themselves and that, but they are obviously vital enough for the deck to play. And then we played the Simple Spoils engine, so 3 of the quick play, 1 of the D-Bell Star itself, and 1 of the Simple Spoils. Snake Kite, really good, using this in draw phase and to help play around draw a little bit easier. Or sometimes in that, like even just normal summoning Fire Attacker, bait out a hand trap and then just chain this to then still get your engine live and that, and it kind of forces out interrupts. And then like the shuffle back and that as well to like get follow up on the next turn, and that was really good. Very rare I would be using this effect to get a draw, but depending on matchups, if I needed to see specific side cards, then I would. And then we played on non-engine, so 3 Ash, 3 Imperm, 3 Vader, and 3 Crow. These are all really good. It's very good into like every single matchup. Crow was probably the worst, but it was still just good. Even into Rescue Ace and that on some hands, like you can banish off a name from their grave and then it can stop them getting Turbulence on the field. Yeah, it's just really good, so it just gave a lot of versatility in that on siding as well, and it's about a 50% chance to see 2 when going second, which is good. And then And then we also played Free Prosperity for consistency and Reinforcing the Army. Obviously, so Reinforcing the Army gets you your Airlifter or Impulse depending on the matchup. Most of the time you get an Airlifter. And then Prosperity, and that just, despite with the Diabellstar stuff where you have like now, I believe it's 8 home card starters. Prosperity and that just helps in that extra bit of consistency, and also seeing your non-engine cards and that when playing into boards. And then we played the one Jet Synchron because it helps make Barone. Even opening this wasn't too bad because like if you've got a HQ, you can normal this and additional normal summon for like your Airlift or a Hydrant. You can send this off Diabellstar, and even the discard comes up and that just to help get a card engraved to help looping things like Preventer and Turbulence. So that was the main, that was 40 cards. It felt very clean, very rare in that rare brick. I was able to play into most decks quite consistently. So extra deck, so play 2 Little Knight. It's very standard in Rescue Race, I think. It's the best card in the extra deck. You can literally, like the Little Knight and everything else and that I think is just, it's just flex spots at this point. Like this lot, Little Knight just does so much with the deck. It helps you dodge Vader and Imperm, it helps you playing into boards, it helps remove your opponent's resources, it also helps you have a grind game in Advocate, playing around things like evenly, because if your opponent goes evenly you can banish this as another name, you're not dying, this comes back in the end phase, and you also have one of your cards in that to then get you resources, either things like a Hydrant or a Turbulence or a Barone, depending. So yeah, so Little Knight, amazing, really, really good card. Just played the one Link Revo. I felt like I probably should have been playing either an Anima or an Almirage as well, just to help a little bit more. Maybe I think Anima's probably a little bit better just to help push into boards. Played Vita and Dark. These both overperformed into probably every single matchup, multiple times going into Dark and that to take something as well, or Hita and that in mirror matches, or like just taking an Ash, making then a Celine, bring back Diabellstar access code and that, like for free materials, and that's just really good. IP, never used it once. I think it's still required and that, but it's like Brown does the same thing, and Little Knight is just as good as well. So for Sunlight Wolf and that for recharging resources, I think I summoned it once. It was, when I used it, it was good. I didn't. Yeah. Helio, never used it. It's good, but you can easily change this and that to like Trispiana or something. Celine summoned this quite a lot of times, using it to bring back Diabellstar or Veiler. Just helped in that on making easy access code lines. Unicorn, never summoned it. Logically it's good, but yeah, never used it. Access code, summoned it a lot. Really good just to help on kill and remove, or even if you don't kill, just remove all your opponent's resources, swing for quite a bit of damage, link this off in something else and that, make a Little Knight with a few other cards in that and just pass. Just puts it on a really awkward spot for your opponent to try and break through your board and you have a lot of recursion. Unreal Goddess, summoned it once I think, which is on my Purdy matchup to link off their Noir. It was good. Yeah, just Unreal Goddess. And then Puzzle Me a package with Dweller. So pretty much as long as you open Airlifter plus another name, you can make Dweller in that with your set 4 against things like Tier, Unchained, and a few other like combo matchups, and that it's pretty much an FTK unless they open Droplet. But it's very strong. And then Barone, this overperforms. Every time I was able to make this, this was so good. There was even occasions where I would, if I didn't have jet access, I would use my rescue to take one of their tuners and that or something, and that, so I could end up making my Barone like a level 2 tuner or something. It was really, really good. Yeah, Barone, amazing. So side deck. So we played Free Draw. This came into a lot of matchups, and I think it even comes now into the Rest Race matchup. Before it wasn't very good, but with the Diabellstar stuff, it plays into this and that quite heavily. So unless they have emergency access, when you go the standard line of quick play to Diabellstar, do a draw phase to play around, you go Hydrant, add Airlifter, you then hit them with a draw. If they don't have emergency or alert to chain, it puts them on they can't get Turbulence access very easily. So it's not amazing. You want to back out with something else like a Vader or an Imperm, but it makes it really difficult in that for them. And it's just really good into just like a lot of other decks as well, like Dragon Link, Party to an extent as well, and just like a lot of rogue decks. I played 4 Bestials because scared of Tier. Arguably it's the matchup I was scared of the most because it can just push through your stuff really well, and if it just gets going it's just near impossible to stop. Frankly, I dodged Tier all day. I don't know how. There was a lot of Tier from what I've seen. And then we played 5 back row hate cards. Again, the deck doesn't have much on in-engine ways to remove back row, so these cards help in that a lot. And these are good, and Cosmics are good just going first as well. And push to shove, you can even bring in Lightning Storms as just like forward as like Regeki sort of cards. And then played 3 DDGs. Only used it once, and that was against my Unchained matchup, and it pretty much did just, it stopped them. They lost all their resources in their grind. You don't care if your stuff gets banished because HQ recycles from banish as well. It's really good. Again, mostly it was there for Tier. Yeah, it's a good card. Probably might have played Solemn over it, but it helped on the matchup and that where it was useful. So yeah, that was the deck. Cool.
Cheers, Shane. Congratulations on your 5th place at Cardiff. So yeah, thank you for watching the video. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and stay tuned for more content. Cheers.